So I had a student ask me, how is the best way to study for any type of exam? There is a sample test on our Blackboard shell. It says under the announcement, there's a sample test that has answers. Okay? It comes up as a PDF. You can take the test on your own and then check the answers in the back. But another way of studying is doing these sample questions. I'm going to give you a picture, and I'll take a picture of each of the questions without any answers, and then watch these videos, and then you can see how I solved it and if you got the right answer. And that way you can re-look at these videos over and over again until you take the test. Remember, during the test, you're going to be using your computer. It's going to be on Alex, and we're going to be using a lockdown web browser. So you're not going to be able to look at the notes while you're taking the test. You need to practice before you take the test. So here's our first sample question that you could see on the test. Notice it's going to say solve. We told you how to solve. We said these are the guys that have an equal sign. You're going to draw the line where the equal sign is, so you have a left and a right hand side. Remember, you're going to go for the 4 steps. Simplify. Do you have any parentheses here? No. Do you have any like terms? Coefficient, variable, constant? No. Ask those same 2 questions on this side. Do you have any parentheses? No. Do you have any like terms? It's just a constant? No. Once you ask those 2 questions, then you can go to the second step, labeling. Notice that this only has one side that has a letter. Always label the letter side first. That means this side must be constant, because one side has to be variable, the other side has to by default be constant. Let's see if anything needs to move. This is a coefficient, move. We don't have a coefficient side, so we'll leave this -7 alone. Variable, ooh, it's on the variable side, so it gets to stay. This 6, not a variable. It needs to go to the constant because it's a constant. So the additive inverse, the opposite of a -6, remember, the moving step says you do opposite signs. So subtract 6, the opposite would be add 6. Remember, moving step has to keep in balance. So whatever you do to the left, you have to do to the right. These cancel out because you know one negative and one positive. Subtract, you get to 0. So I'm left with just this term, -7p, since I haven't touched it. Over on the right-hand side, constant, constant. So we can collect. See how I circle? This is a positive. This is a positive. So when you have 2 of the same labels, we add. Who wins the tug of war? 22 players or 6. 22 players has more players. That's team positive, so this is a positive 28. Now that I'm done moving, where I have constants on constant side, variables on variable side, we just need to get rid of that coefficient. That's the divorcing step. So we want to get rid of not only that 7, but the sign. So we want to divide both sides by -7. So we know that -7 divided by -7 cancel out to be 1p, or just p. So I took the shortcut and just said it's just p. And over here, remember, because we're divorcing, dividing, tic-tac-toe board, positive divided by negative will give you a negative. 28 divided by 7 is 4.